It's Nuke, our second map of the night. You've got 6 to look forward to, and already we are into our second. It was rather swift dispatching of Flipside. HellRaisers picking up the first on Cash, and now Nuke will be our next map. Now, the analysts already in the pre-show did hint and highlight that it could very well favor Flipside a little more as we do venture into Nuke, being a map that they have embraced rather quickly since its addition to the map pool. I've got Yenko and Chad to talk through this one. Now, just before we did come on, and we were talking a little bit as to, you know, Bondic and the storyline there going up against his old teammates Flipside. Like, that's, it was something that it's not the first time we've encountered this storyline, not the first time they've had a big game versus one another.
Well, the biggest one obviously was the major qualifiers, right? Where they played the deciding game. Winner goes to the major, and Flipside won that game, I think 16-14 even. So an extremely close game. Bondic only left the team maybe a month or two prior to that game as well. So definitely going to be salty about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering how you were going to like sugarcoat it. No, he's going to be salty.
Of course you're going to be salty when you left the team because you thought they suck, and then they beat you at the most important game pretty much.
And then gone to make top 8.
Yeah, and they're legends now.
Yeah,
and he's playing in HellRaisers. He's a pleb.
He's a pleb.
He's a rager though, apparently. Now I don't know that. It's not like I don't speak Russian or Ukrainian. Right? I've heard that he has a bit of a bad temper. Henry's going to walk in front of the camera.
No, he's not. Good catch, Chad.
Jesus, we couldn't have seen him anyway because he's a vampire, right? Or is that reflection in a mirror?
No, it's the same thing. Yeah, he could walk past right now. In fact, there he goes.
Whoa.
See you later, Henry.
See ya.
Yeah, there he goes.
That was magical.
And when he goes in the sunlight, he has that.
Had such a good storyline, Alex, and now Henry ruined it.
Yeah, damn it, Henry over there, because he's walked past it. All right, the point we were trying to make is that we have a slightly ragey Bondic who, like, it couldn't get much worse for him. He leaves the team because he thinks he's got better major prospects in HellRaisers. A month later, he actually is up against them in the elimination game, of course, Swiss format, and so literally the game he has to win, he gets knocked out by Flipside, and then proceeds to watch them secure legendary status. That is a very turbulent time.
Look, I got something really interesting to say about these two teams, which is unusual because you wouldn't expect that for me to have something interesting to say. But HellRaisers is a team that probably suits Bondic a lot better. On paper, you look at them, they want to get aggressive, they want to take chances. Whereas you look at Flipside, they're a team who doesn't. And now that Electronics is in the Flipside unit, he is the only player in that squad who either has been given the freedom because he's the new guy to do whatever he wants and Blade's not raging at him too much yet, or you know, he is the one that they want to use as the entry fragger. But I think a team needs like a buddy system with that. You need 2 guys at least who are happy just to go all in and go aggressive when they want and you know how to entry frag. Flipside doesn't have that, and I think that's a problem. You look at Markelov, he plays as a support player / like a rock, you know, a bomb site anchor. You have the same thing with Waylander. He's been known for being a turret, not an aggressive player for getting in there and mowing them down on the entries. Then Blade, you know, he has good performances. However, he's not a star player who's the in-game leader. And then you have World Edit, who is an aggressive AWPer, but inconsistent as hell. So if Bondic was maybe back in this lineup instead of one of those 2 anchors that I mentioned, he might, you know, have a better luck. But their team just seems out of balance. There's no zen.
There is no zen, and I mean, have we seen a team be in a rut like this before? Like historically, has there been a team that has had such a fall? Isn't it? Such a fall. It is a huge fall. I mean,
yes.
Can you name it?
MVS.
Oh, it's probably the biggest
they
fall
went
of all, right?
Major champions to last place in tournaments. I don't think there's a bigger fall than that.
That's a good point. Okay, so Envy, Flipside are part of a very exclusive club of just completely disappearing off the face of the planet. What does it take? I mean, no, you don't have the answer. Let's not ask that question. Instead, let's pursue the newer names. You know how we've got Dead Fox showing up, Electronic showing up, and actually competing with these much more storied names. Your Markelovs, even your Bondic has been around for a fair few years now, and they're turning up, they're competing, they're staying level, and they're competing in the professional league. Now, we've talked, you know, about Electronic and his, well, rather minor history. We've talked about Dead Fox and his origins as well, but do you not think that there is a difference, even though that they are competing and they're fragging and they're doing okay? Do you not think that the storied players of old will have some nuances and some kind of advantages over the new bloods in any way, shape or form? I mean, we describe this game as very depth and complex, surely.
Of course they will. They have a lot more experience. I think it comes down to not mechanical skills, but them knowing what's happening on the map maybe faster or realizing it faster than the newer players will, right? And that you can tell that from the reactions they have, and that's really important to have good reactions as a team, right? If your opponents go for an aggressive pick, let's say aggressive push, send maybe an extra person to one area of the map, all of your players need to be able to react to that, need to be able to know what's the correct choice, because if I know what the correct choice is and you don't, and we're on the same side of the map, then I may push out, which is the correct thing to do. But if I do it like by myself, I just seem like a noob and I get killed, and it's like, what is this guy doing running through a smoke? And you're just hiding in squeaky door waiting for I don't know what, you know. But if we both do it and I die and you get to trade and we get into the bomb side because there's not that many people there, because they push the other part of the map, and that's reactionary Counter-Strike. That's what you need to have. Otherwise, your team, your opponents are always going to be one step ahead of you by making those pushes and you not knowing how to react to them.
That was brilliant.
He just ruined you.
He just so low-key.
I just like made it more dramatic by saying me, you. I don't think that...
No, but you were actually referencing Alex's terrible decision-making in our pugs.
You know,
Actually was.
Yeah, he really was. So we've been playing some CS, and I often get very angry glares from the ex-pros to my right when I'm apparently not doing the right thing. I'm just trying to shoot people and play games. I'm sorry. Anyway, some people that actually know how to play Counter-Strike are about to go down. Flipside and HellRaisers onto Nuke. Will the split series get split? Flipside are dire in need of getting a second win on the board. That's right. We're into what is now our 22nd play day, and they still need their second win on the board. It's madness. Let's see if they can do it here on Nuke.
I got really excited when he said we're about to talk to some people who really knew Counter-Strike, or we said something along those lines. He was going to throw it to us, and then he was like, you forgot I'm over here.
We've had some fun with the pugs and stuff.
We have had some fun.
The
thing is, I just throw flashbangs.
They've been doing okay.
Sorry, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's been fun though. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, what were we going to say though, since we
switched over to the ESL climb when we were unranked, that's when success has become a lot more.
We were unranked and beat our cheats better.
That's, yeah, and we've been finding a lot more success there. But still, I actually favour Flipside going into this one, Matthew. I actually looked up the stats. I was looking up where Flipside got their first win. It was against Penta, and it was on Nuke. They won 16-7. So it's a map they're actually quite well versed on. Actually, I think we saw them at Starladder as well. It's a map they looked pretty confident on. So we'll see whether they can actually do anything with this one. It was quite a battering they took on Cash, but I feel like they can bounce back here. Unfortunately, some of the key players weren't really showing up here. Your World Edit, your Electronics, the people you're expecting to find the frags, they look pretty quiet. We'll see whether they can find anything here. They are going to be starting on the T side, which can be a little bit of a disadvantage, I have to say, especially if he does pistol as well. HellRaisers, 4 sets of armor, 1 defuse kit in a smoke, and has a dead fox. And is this live blade with a last minute buy there? He comes in with the smoke, flashbang, HE grenade, 3 sets of armor around him, and a Molotov for Markov, maybe for a post-plant sort of push. As we go into the pistol here, Zero towards the ramp room, poised and ready. He's by himself. One of the players I actually recall being pretty decent in that position as well. Good at the rotation, staying alive, getting the information that he needs, and actually going to be falling back. But we'll see whether this turns to some sort of execute for Flipside.
It's incredible now that we've got some time in the map before a major. We're seeing everyone sort of bring this map into their pool slowly. It took forever. Well, you definitely have to, but it took forever when it was brought back in. It wasn't like an instant switch.
I guess with the veto system where it is now, some teams do play. The underdog's going to have it in their map pool. You just need to be proficient on there at least to actually stand a chance in the map pool. Is obviously the ban pick system, but here we go. Then the upper execute comes in. Sticko just pulling the trigger, nails that first shot, looking for the second as well, which he manages to pull off. This round will be over. It's going to be a 5-on-3, and Sticko just lighting them up with the USB headshots. Very calm, and he hits all 4, all headshots. Not a problem. Never even broke a sweat there. Looked very calculated throughout the whole procedure.
Scintillating Sticko.
Yeah, I think that's what he calls himself.
That's definitely what he calls himself. I've been a fly on the wall, as you would say, Henry.
That's how I would say,
a snake in the grass.
Yep.
Well, that's an impressive pistol round, and HellRaisers now have the 1-0 lead. It's an important pistol round for them as well because it's CT side. We know Flipside starting out as the T, getting that pistol, it's still very important. Waylander, don't you dare kill your teammate. Just practice tracing your aim on him.
Oh, there is a bit of damage exchange at the start, but it's World Edit taking the brunt of it. Angel takes him down to 19 HP. He will fall back at this stage as well. Angel, another player I recall actually being very strong in this area, finding frags quite efficiently. He's happy to play there by himself and using that red crate to actually give him vision towards those upper platform areas. And it's going to be a lot of damage inflicted towards Flipside. You can see they've all gone down to sub 50 really. It's going to be Electronic a little bit more than the others. And there's the first shot. Waylander with the Desert Eagle takes down Dead Fox. And now we have got a round on our hands. Still a lot of work to do here. It will be the 1-0 score margin, but this is a forced buy from Flipside, seeing if they can get the bomb down, but that's an audacious push into the open from Waylander. Sticker will find him. Very simple shot for him in the end, but still some frags coming in. 3 versus 3, but this round should be going in the CT side now. As Zero finds a couple, and just Blade remains now with the P250 in hand. He's got 29 HP towards outside, spotted the bomb down in front of him as well. He won't be planted that anytime soon. As Sticko, he got 4 in the pistol. This round he gets 3 in the anti-force buy. We're still yet to find a real term for that. It's not
anti-force buy.
Anti-force buy is fine.
It's the thing that I think of when I see force buy is when it's like deep in the. It is confusing because it's like deep in the half. Bring out whatever you can. In this, it's more of like a strategic buy. Like, you know, get what you can out of it. Bring out whatever pistols you have. I don't know what you call it. Let's just call it the Alex Machine Richardson round.
Yeah, that's probably the most logical way to go with it.
I think so. I don't like logic. I think words are literally arbitrary.
Yep.
And if you studied semiotics, you would understand that that is actually true.
Yeah, I agree.
Bondic's going to try and be hot on the pursuit of the heels of World Edit and smartly realizes that he can't possibly have made it to silo that quickly. He's gone to the left, and with the left, so too has the bomb. He's got a second kill. It's down to Electronic Supersonic, and he's going to have to come up to an absolutely magical play. He's going to have the voltage increased, you could say, Henry.
You could say that.
You would say that.
I would say that. With the Glock and 5 HP now, it will be Bondic to find his 3rd kill. There's farming in that cash. This is the semi-Jaden round, Matthew. We have an MP9, we have a UMP, and we'll see whether they keep these weapons. Of course they will. There's a chance to really build up the bank bonus here for HellRaisers. They go into this first gun round. Sticko does buy the AWP, so I think he'll be going, of course, to Dead Fox, and he'll be going towards the outside area. There are many options towards Heaven, Ramperum, and to kick things off in a standard gun round, you do go towards outside, towards that garage area, and see if you can find the first pick. No similar story here for Flipside. They could have 5 AKs, limited in terms of not having any Molotovs. They do have smokes available. Nothing fast coming in. Going to be running the default for now. Smokes towards outside, and Flash is coming in. Waylander gets a team flash straight to the face, but he does negate it and manage to get towards back steps here. So we'll see whether he actually gets away with it. He does not. The MP9 takes him down, bests him in that scenario, and it will be Sticker coming to back Angel up as well. So they've got control of Secret. This does not work out, but Electronics still towards outside. I think he's on the main hut roof here. As we go towards the ramp, I said Zero very good in his position. Not this time though, as Deadrock comes to back him up. He nails a shot and manages to take down the bomb as well.
Markelov throwing out some utility down toward the turnpike, but it's inside the site where Electronic has found Dead Fox this time around. That it's going to be hot on the pursuit of him, trying to find him as he gets through elusively in the window. That'll bring him back into the fold as they cover off his position, though. Bondic does get found, and I was going to say back into the fold, and perhaps taking down Electronic, because now they've got the site covered off. Markelov can go for the plant. Smart play. They nade down the AWP onto the site.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
They go full Roka.
Okay, then Sticko, what have you got for us? Coming towards Lobby. This is a very important kill, but he doesn't pick it up. He goes down to 7 HP.
Sticko, through the wall. Bye-bye, World Edit. Markelov's going to fall after. Now, I'd be interested to see a little bit further into the context of that. That nade might have just been thrown preemptively to see if anyone was climbing the ladder, but it does absolutely bring the AWP, and I think it was showing over the ledge, so it may have been intended. Down to Markelov, who now picks it up in the post plant and runs away with it. So, yep, that must have been the intended goal. Very smart, very clever from Flipside. HellRaisers, with the 3-0 start, will now concede the first gun round, surprisingly, to Flipside.
But that was the bonus round, or the Jaden round.
The Jaden round, as you would say.
Whichever way you were inclined. So it was a chance of losing that one, but the idea was there just to try and break the money down of Flipside. And find that first gun round and give yourself an amazing start to the game. Doesn't work out for them. Flipside indeed do win it, but still money to buy here as we go into round number 5. Is going to be 4 rifles, one of which is a FAMAS as well, but Dead Fox does have the AWP. It's glass cannon for now, but still, it's not a huge factor on Nuke. There's some very long-range angles you can take and allow yourself to negate grenades and AK-47 sprays. It's normally the AWP duel is going to be a problem. One Edit is firing himself a hole in the door there. I don't think any CTs will present him with an opportunity as he hunts out towards the upper bomb site. Sticker there, just off the top of the hut. Seeing if he sees a barrel stick through, but for now, it's all very quiet indeed. Waylander by himself towards outside. Dead Fox is actually in heaven. There's the first exchange, and it does land the shot, but there it is. Sticko finds it through the door, and it's a 5-on-4 for now. It's Electronic now making his way towards outside. Using that new catwalk area. His Blade recovers the AWP and hits the shot as well. Does manage to bring it back to a 4-on-4.
That new catwalk area Why do I sound quieter to you all of a sudden?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to do this. I don't know what
That's better.
I put it closer to my mouth to do that though. Something's odd. Hopefully I'm not quieter on the stream. Doesn't matter. Dead Fox, he'll take down Markelov. Some people probably would wish that I was quieter on the stream. But it is going to be Dead Fox holding true from Turnpike, not allowing the rotation down toward the ramp, and this is going to make it now 4 versus 2 in the favor of the CTs. Waylanders out toward Big Garage. One of the most clever positions I think that people can use yet to allow them to sort of lure them in is behind that new air conditioning unit that we're going to see Waylander jump on top of, because they can get all the way down Catwalk and they hardly see you.
Well, then Dead Fox, you can hear footsteps on the other side here. 10 seconds remaining. No scope surely going to land at that range, and it certainly does. Just Blade here. Oh, they want to try and flirt with the idea of making him stay alive and losing the money at this point, but 3 seconds remaining. Oh, hits another no scope, and he will be surviving as well. Makes a quick exit up the vent area. Doesn't get any money to the next round, but that's not a huge deal. He gets 3 kills and manages to save the AWP as well. His team probably can't buy up around this. They could force it, but he throws the orbit towards World Edit. I'm sure they'll get some Tech 9s. They are going to force this one. So Tech 9, head armor, the grenades, just banking on the World Edit, can actually find these frags outside. If he does do it, and they can get the wall of smokes towards outside, get towards Secret very quickly. A plant can go down, and maybe they have a real opportunity to do something with this. I think this is the right call, considering it would have been definitely eco regardless. So let's see whether the Tech 9s can do anything with this. Dead Fox this time we're going towards ramp of his AWP, but not going to find any presence from the terrorists just yet.
Bondic got a nade. Ready to roll. He's actually going to try and throw that with a bounce towards Squeaky. Instead, doesn't make it back through the window, but Bondic down on top of the site. He's going to find Markelov in the corner. And it's a quick kill. An efficient kill as well into him. Leaves him at 74 HP as Bondic, the smoke now in front, can put his duties elsewhere, perhaps watch behind the hut. They've got a lot of attention toward that upper site, though, and this is going to give up ramp as Blade, he's already swung by with the Tech 9. And we'll see if he can hold off the position for the rotations to come through from his teammates. Sticko as well back on top of this ground. As we said, there was 3 players here at a point, so they did rotate one down the ladder to cover off the lower site.
Well, they are a man down, but they have got control of ramp room. We've talked about this a lot of times. It's that the gateway to the map gives you an opportunity to take vision away from CTs, very similar to Cash and the middle area. Once you have control of ramp, you can execute towards lower. Quite easy. There's not a huge amount of position for the CTs to hide behind, normally towards window room, the vent, behind the bomb site if you have time to get there. But at this point, we have 30 seconds remaining, and the terrorists only have 1 smoke here, so what's the play? That's Waylander. He's making his way towards Secret. Time really is against him at this stage as well. He's the only player with a weapon towards Squeaky Door, hoping to open the map up here, but it's played with a distraction play towards Hut, and now here comes the final push into the upper bomb site.
Position from Sticko, though, lines up, nearly gets 2 for 1 as they get into position, but World Edit fighting back down the vent. He's got 5 seconds for it. No time. Does turn back and take down Sticko. Dead Fox just needs to stay alive. That's confirmation he is not planting the bomb, and once more 2 AWPs will proceed into the next round, but it's a round going the way of HellRaisers and Flipside T side. They did get the first gun. It's encouraging, but they still need a couple more. 3 more. I'm going to go with 3 more. My baseless predictions continue, Henry.
So you're saying 11-4 is what they're aiming for?
That, ooh.
Yeah?
Ooh, rap god, Henry.
Yep, I'm trying it.
Twitch chat be like.
I've seen you and Machine try it, so now it's time for me.
Well, you saw him try it. You saw me succeed.
Oh, okay. Throwing the gauntlet down, I like it. Okay, then, well done. It does save the AWP to the next round. They're not going to force around it this time. Lost bonus starting to pick up now. They will be on the 3rd stage after this, but a couple of players without money. And into the last couple, this time it will be World Edits, but he has got the AWP in hand and head armor and a smoke. He actually successfully makes it down towards Secret with his teammates as well. So he'll go in first and actually try and find this first initial shot. You can see the CT's probably rotating at this point. Sticko can't really justify going much further. Then the vents, considering the range, they won't be in front of him, and there's the first shot played. Does get taken down, but now they know the AWP is going to be there. It's a chance for Sticko just to fall back, tries to adjust his pistols here. They've actually got 2 AWPs to work with now. So this could be a possibility. They need to get the bomb down, and they have a real round on their hands.
Angel's going to rotate down through the Secret stairwell to catch them back off in lower. They've already conceded the bomb plant down, though, to Flipside. Now on a WAVP. I'm just going to make up all kinds of letters. Setup, and unfortunately, it's not good enough to take down the Mag 7. As World Edit, though, does snap back to catch off Sticko. That's his 2nd kill to pull this back to now 2 remaining. He's going to have to basically ace this round. Well, he's going to have to ace this round, and he may just do it as Bondic is going to fall, and I've done my math correctly as Angel still resumes 100 HP but catches him in the smoke, and that will take away the hype of that one. I'm sorry, everyone, But that shot was lovely from World Edit.
Yeah, it really was. He finds 4 in the round, and you're right, he had to ace it, but that smoke really did put him in a horrible position there, just firing off shots, and the spray for the smoke was the one that finished him off. Had he won the round, it would have been absolutely glorious, but still a decent attempt, and they're still keeping the CT money pretty modest here. You can see after the force buy, well, not force buy, the reinvestment into this round of one weapon staying alive, you can see they're pretty much down to 0. As soon as Flipside win one round, they can actually force double eco, so that could mean a few more going forward. So we'll see whether they can find it in round number 8. They're getting very close here in the force buy, so that wasn't even force, that was just one AWP and pistol save, so they're actually doing a very decent job in that sense. Saving the weapons over and using them to their full potential here. A big gap in that smoke, I think. Actually, it's okay. Not too bad.
A minor one. You can actually see just under the foot.
Yes, you're right.
Right there, yep. And that's going to give him up. Angels spotted it, so Waylander down.
Whoops.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that is a problem. We're seeing that a lot. That just shows the map still in its infancy right now. It seems like teams haven't quite locked down the 100% smokes, the lineups that give them the safety to cross over every single time. I've seen a few teams do it, but Flipside missing the mark there slightly. To go to 5-4 once again in favour of the HellRaisers. If you are just joining us, they picked up cash pretty convincingly. I think it was about a 16-8 scoreline. Something around that region. Who knows? Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, doesn't really matter, does it? A win is a win and a loss is a loss.
Yeah.
Count what you like, but it doesn't matter. You matter, Henry G.
Some people.
Not many.
Not many.
Well, Electronic going to try and take over this new catwalk position. Late does find a kill into Angel, who sprayed him first, but couldn't land all the shots, and therefore he'll have to sit on the sidelines until the next round. That does give them a bit more of a chance here with 29 seconds, though. Bomb just getting out to that red crate now.
Nice shot.
And Electronic down. That's going to make it almost impossible at this point in time. Bomb is going to head toward Mini. Bondic can easily rotate off. It's actually already spotted it. Bomb down. And that's the round.
It is indeed. It seems like HellRaisers is just shutting them down before the round even begins. They find that initial kill time and time again. This time was the gap in the smoke. That was a big problem. That's certainly avoidable, Matthew. The fact that you're just losing that frag, you'll go back and watch the demo and say, okay, I literally didn't stand a chance there. I thought I was covered, and I took a risk. I walked through the smokes, and this gave my kill away for free, essentially. It's going to be another eco for Flipside here. Not really forcing into this at all. There is some upgraded pistols, but no armor. Just a smoke and 2 flashbangs. Maybe a vent dive will be coming in. Maybe smoke off towards Garage, try and push outside, but it's Deadbox nailing that first shot, and it's going to be Waylander going down. He's going to have teammates coming around with him as well, but there it is. Bomb down towards outside. What's the play here? You might as well just end the round now. You know, denying him the ace, it's pretty much, if anything, you want him to get the kills, because he only gets, what, $100 per kill with the AWP?
That's true, yep.
So you just probably want to get the ace.
Well, there's one more. Oh, Markaloff, you're such a sneaky. Well, it doesn't matter. He'll go down. Angel's going to get the kill 8-1 for HellRaisers as they continue to look solid. But again, it is Nuke. It is one of those games where we kind of just go through the formality of the first half, and then when we cross it over, that's when we see if there's an excitement level to this or not.
Yeah, still, even over a 12-3 half, we've seen some teams definitely throw away these huge leads before. One that comes to mind was Ents at Assembly. They actually won 12-3 on the T half, though, and then couldn't finish it off on the CT. That was probably the most nuts game I've ever seen on Nuke. Definitely still a potential when you're on the T side. If you get 3 rounds, there's always a chance you can bounce back. Always.
Never discount it. It's nuclear. The map that's no longer based in Germany. It's now based in the United States of America. In case you were wondering, Henry G.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they moved it, apparently. They picked up the exact facility and moved it.
Oh, he spotted the player down towards Secret. Dead Fox saw Wayland to get towards the back there. He's in heaven. I have it on my screen, so I saw it. So they know only one player crossed over. So that's a problem. You can see it hasn't really forced rotations as of yet. And there it is, 0. We said he's good in that position, gets that first kill, and he's falling back. He's staying alive and has time to readjust as well.
I don't mind this push coming through from Blade, though, because they're late to get the turn pike, but great shot, Dead Fox. If he could have held them off in that position, it would have allowed him to rotate to heaven and potentially open the upper side again. But Dead Fox is exactly that. Gets the information, as you call, rotates around. Zero's gone efficiently down below, and he watches outer. It's very, very well set from HellRaisers, who are now looking 9-1 on the scoreboard. It's just Waylander that's...
Yeah.
Way goner?
Way goner.
Way goner.
Way dead?
He's way goner, bud. He's way out to sea, bud.
Okay, well, the problem is right now is the smokes from Flipside, they're giving gaps or giving information away every single round. This time the smokes are successful, but it's Waylander who's looking above them in heaven. He actually saw only one player crossed, and at that point, you don't need to call for rotations. You're not panicking, so there's only one player there. You might as well stick towards ramp. That's where most of the teams will try and split between ramp and the lower area, and Zero. He holds his ground. He gets that first kill, falls back. That's just so perfect from him. I'm a big fan of it. And we go into round number 11. Money starting to be a huge issue for Flipside here. No AWPs. I don't think they've actually picked up an AWP more than once here on the T half. Well, that's only when they've saved it, you know, from those difficult rounds. The gun rounds, I think we've only seen it once. But so what are they? He's on a Deagle this time, surrounded by 4 AKs. Really can't get rolling yet. It's still quite early days, believe it or not. 9-1 is not the end of the world. If you can, like I said, you can find 4 rounds, you're fine going to the second half. It's still absolutely doable. I'd say 12-3, it's certainly risking it, you know, down to the mercy of the pistol at that point. There we go then. Some sort of XQ once again. It's going to be smokes towards outside and maybe a fake of it. Maybe they just want to actually just stick the numbers and actually try and get towards secret. They actually have managed to get down there successfully a couple of times. Same smokes used once again. They're deeper this time. So they can actually run next to those smokes and get towards secret. But you can see Dead Fox. He'll be, let's see whether he actually spots any intel from this. This is much better.
Yeah,
he doesn't get anything. Oh,
okay. Everything was great. Well done, Waylander. That was lovely.
So
you're so good.
That's that pole you can use out there to jump on. You can look above the smokes. But obviously that is a risky move. Players that are aware of it are going to be able to take you down. And that's another first frag going away for Flipside. The smokes are dissipated now. They've got nothing from it. So the smokes are used. There's 25 seconds left. They just have to commit towards upper now. That's all they really can do. It's poor.
Bondic that's going to drop bomb on the way through, but Mark the Wall trading back nearly gets the second. It would have been able to bomb plant endlessly for them, but it is now going to be Dead Fox. It's now going to be 10. It's only the 1, and the game looking quick so far as we hit round 12. Flipside's going to have to, I don't know, flip this around. I love how you called it. This is better. Nope. We lied. It's really not.
Like the idea is you want to get one down secret, take away that information, so he's kind of guessing. He hasn't got a call after how many are down there. As soon as he dies, he sees nothing else. He's like, okay, guys, I've locked it down again. It's fine. Sticko, 17 kills. Waylander, 1 for 11. Got a disparity here. But first kill coming in for Angel. It's a squeaky door, just naded open, and what at it does get taken down. The bomber spotted as well. Waylander's gone down to 6 HP, and he'll be not finish off this marker off, but they're just forcing their way towards ramp. There's no reason for the CT to even challenge this point, wait for the terrorists to commit. And Dead Fox, he fancies a bit more of the action. His Zero, after calling him out for great awareness towards that ramp room, potentially didn't have to face that at all. And I said, just make them plan, and everyone's challenging from the CT side for now. They have brought it to a 3-on-3. Definitely a chance to win this round. That should thwart their chances, and there it is. Sticker finishes things off. 11-1. So that was an eco, I believe. We are obviously a maximum lost stage bonus. They can get the AWP out. I think we've only seen it in 1 real gun round. It's been saved a couple of times. But round number 13, a very convincing case so far from HellRaisers. I'd say this stage, this is almost a must-win round for Flipside. Against the 12-1. Very unlikely to be able to do anything with it, but Dead Fox having a hell of a game. Sticko especially looking very strong. There we go then, round number 13. What's the play? Tried a lot of the default sword outside, but this time, it does find the first kill towards main entrance, and Nate gets blown open. He finds that first shot. Still a lot of work to do here, though.
The flame's still lit. Well, that it's trying to find something in toward the top of the hut, but no one there. Jappa's gone away. He's gone back behind the silos instead. Waylander just watching in toward the stairs at secret. They've slowed it down tremendously here, but oh, electronic. That's so close from Dead Fox. The X-ray slightly misleading as he was peeking towards silo. Couldn't quite see that lower position on the catwalk. Now, surely. Can he still not? Is there a second box? Okay, so it is the top box that we're seeing. The blue box on top of the other container that was throwing me off that I thought was not a texture that existed, but it is there, and electronic's gonna get a lot closer. Dead Fox has rotated over. They have heard this. He's been silent in all of this, so finally they're gonna get some control of this heaven position and try and split the upper site. And this is an easy kill for him. Spotting one. Easy shot, Bondic down, more rotates back in. Sticko does respond accordingly, though, and now he's got a chance, but he's gonna have to dance very accurately. He manages to pick up a second. Dead Fox comes to his aid by taking down One player further inside of the site, but Blade still gets the bomb plant in. He's now the last alive. This was their best chance yet. He's going to catch off at least one. Oh, they line it up and Blade pulls it back. AWP falls down. He'll take that for good measure, and it will be a reset, but 11-2 now the score.
Wow, Blade stuck into a corner that gets fully blind by the CT's retake. Flashbang, he just goes in the corner trying to hide at that stage, but they run out in front of him. Takes down the first rifle player as well. The AWP can't land the second shot, so finally, Flipside post round number 2 wasn't the cleanest, and looked like HellRaisers brought it back in their favor. 2 versus 1 is what it's required, and Flipside finally arrive here. It's still not done. Round number 14, 2 to go. We'll see what they bring to the table here. Maybe something a little bit faster. They managed to get that first pick initially in the previous round. Maybe looking to replicate that as they're going to be opening the door once again, but it's dead box towards the hut entrance as well. Using that angle, we've seen that a lot recently. You can actually look up towards the rafters without committing to the hut, but definitely vulnerable.
Yeah, actually, it's a pretty cool spot that you can see up there, but it is a shot that a lot of people line up. You can also nade pretty quickly into there. Dead Fox going to sit way back to watch the silo and the catwalk. Nice shot from him to take down Electronic. Little parking pillar to jump on top of now as well and try and play the same angle from a slightly different position. It's going to be 0 instead. Inside at ramp. Hit one, drop away. That's his custom. And it brings Dead Fox over. Oh, one up by Dead Fox, though. He's left in the open. He's lucky to catch Waylander, before going down, but Markolov's pulled this back with 2 quick kills. However, he's got to find 3 more if he wants any chance at all of making this a doable half, because a reset's very, very real.
The problem is exactly that. They only get $1,400. The reinvestment into this round cost them pretty much everything. So it's almost guaranteed to be pistols. In the 3 versus 1 and 30 seconds remaining, yes, he has the bomb, but how does he even get it down? HellRaisers can sacrifice 1 person to challenge him. At that point, he's 34 HP. It's very likely to actually win that duel as well. So as soon as he gives himself away, there it is. He will be dropping 12-2, looking like to be 13-2. But still, they will have Tech 9s. And you can just call him the Hail Mary play. Rush upper maybe. Rush ramp. You get that first kill. We talk about the snowball effect with the Tech 9s. You get 1 rifle going. Still has some smokes at the lower plant as well. Just kind of try and keep things close range and find the surprise drop on the rotators. But here we go, then round number 15. HellRaisers, after a very convincing win in cash, looking to replicate the form on Nuke as well. Blade going towards Squeaky Door, maybe just a straight up rush. I said it could be a possibility. He's actually dropped down the vents as well. I think he's made it. Who's got the bomb? It's Markolov. Electronic gets found through the smoke. Oh dear.
And a good shot. Dead Fox better, as he's looking to be a very impressive addition to this HellRaisers side.
Yeah.
We said the loss of Oscar would potentially hurt them on their AWP. Well, Dead Fox is certainly shown to be up to the challenge as he sits on 17. It's Sticko just better on 21, and bonding to close the half world, that it goes down 13-2, and about as convincing as us playing against unranked ESCA people in Pugs yesterday.
Yeah, I guess that's the perfect way to summarize that first half. 13.
Just want to say as well to all the Russian viewers out there, hello from Canada.
Oh, that's a hockey joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. We're going to take a break before this falls apart. Do not go anywhere. It's been a very convincing first half from HellRaisers. It's 13-2. I don't think Flipside can bounce back, but maybe, who knows, anything happens in online CS. So come back. Do not go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pro League, as they call it. Although sometimes when you see halves like that, you have to wonder if it really is.
Yeah, I guess Flipside having a difficult day here today. 13-2 in the first half of Nuke. It was the T half, though. There's no reason why they can't do it back to HellRaisers. I've seen it time and time again. Games look like they're completely over, but they just win the pistol, and the CT's half is one of those ones you can control the money and get rolling. It really can be a difficult procedure for the terrorists to get back into. We'll see what happens here. I think everyone knows at this point that Flipside have to win the pistol here. If they lose it, it's over. It's done. There's no point going on. We'll just call it GG then.
Yeah, actually, I might just get up and let you solo it from there on out.
All right.
There's no point me being here. The hype's dead, and I'm just a hype man, Henry. I don't bring anything else to the table.
Well, Sticko's brought something else to the table. He's got a Tech 9 and armor. So, he's all in.
Fair enough.
With someone else's money as well.
I like when I spend other people's money. That's actually something I'm not too bad at, to be fair. Dead Fox, he's got another shot on Markelov from long range. It's HellRaisers up already, and Dead Fox follows it up. World Edit will be the next to go down.
I wanted a good game here, Matt.
We've got one.
Have we?
We do, from Dead Fox.
All right.
Well, Bondic and Co. now grouped up with a 5 versus 3 toward the ramp room. No one at Turnpike. They're going to concede this lower bomb site and have to play a retake game. No one even down on Secret just yet. Rotations will come in first and foremost from the vent. That should be relatively obvious at this point in time, though, as it's going to be Electronic and Blade coming back in toward the ramp bomb. Trying to be planted, does get delayed slightly in the fact that they opened the door from decontamination, and Electronic takes down 0 at the ramp, but it's still a 4 versus 2 bomb just planted in behind the silo, and Electronic's gonna know it, but gets spotted out. Can't find the shot in return. His teammate trying to peek from the opposing side of the ramp is also gonna be limited off. An Angel with lovely shots. That guy, just an absolute, you know, he's the real godsend.
The real godsend. Yeah, Godsend another difficult tournament this weekend. Didn't even make the finals.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of I guess it's interesting to think that they were the hot
Swedish
prospect, right?
CS fans be like,
yeah, unbelievable. Congratulations, Envious. Anyway, 14-2, and it is going to be a force buy, of course, from Flipside. We've got 5-7s, Deagles, a CZ, a couple of flashbangs. It's not looking good. It's definitely room to win these rounds, but not when that kind of damage is coming in. I thought Markelov was certainly dead at that point, but he does find himself and his demise in front of that grenade. It's going to be a 5-on-3 as quickly as this round started. It's going to be a 15-2 by the looks of things. I don't think Flipside have got much gas left in the tank. Or any plutonium left in the nuclear reactor. Is that a better?
That was well done, Henry. You are a scientific mastermind.
Yeah, nice.
I wish that I knew as much about science as you do.
Well, you're going to have to get a degree in physics.
Or chemistry.
Or
biology. Yeah, you know, they all work.
But if you do that, you'll be one step closer.
It's going to be Sticko that's going to close it off. HellRaisers on map point already. 15-2, as Flipside's tactics seemingly do not exist.
I think you'd probably just call GG at this point.
Yeah, I did say if they won pistol, I was going to let you solo, so I don't know why I'm still here.
3 Deagles, a CZ, and a 5-7, and then if they pick that up, it's going to take 12 rounds in a row just to take it to overtime. It's not the most tantalizing prospect for a Flipside fan. The fans probably be like right now, disenchanted, let down, jaded.
Moving to another team. Oh, good shot from Markelov to start it off, though. Couldn't find the second one. It looked like he may for a moment, but that moment, well, it's gone. And it's not a New York minute, because ESL 1 New York does comes up. You can still get your tickets at ESL-1.com. We'll be there, as with 8 of the best teams in the world. A New York minute, anything can change, Henry.
Right. I've never been to New York.
Well, you're about to see it firsthand. The big old apple.
Henry G and the Big Apple.
I'm not talking about the shiny head of Moses.
That big old thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then. They have managed to bring it into a 4-on-3 with this kill. It does neutralize things. 0, he's the man to find it. No rifles recovered at all. Blade desperately trying to find the next frag here in main entrance. Can't really commit. He has no idea what's around the corner. 50 seconds remaining. Flipside up against it now. 1 round will do it. However, there's not too much pressure on him. If he loses round, we know they're probably going to win. Decent flashback. Wait, they can't get out of the situation as well, but he has a chance to recover. And somehow he gets a frag as well. Blade chimes in. And we do actually have a few more twists and turns in this game, it seems. 30 seconds remain. 0, bomb in hand A flashbang, a Molotov now, and the AK-47 to find the next frag. Surely the CTs can't give this away. There it is. Okay, then. Apparently it's not over just yet.
It's not over until it's over, and the fat lady ain't singing.
She isn't.
I can call her, though, and see if she will. Do you have your mom's number on you?
No, she doesn't speak to me. So
Oh, okay.
I haven't got her number anymore. Deleted it.
That's you got a Skype by chance?
Yeah, Skype's fine.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Awesome. We can totally make that happen. See, Nendel12326 knew the New York Minute reference.
I think I've heard it in films and stuff,
the
but it's never really
Eagles.
questioned what it is.
It's the Eagles. Quick smoke off toward Annex, as Sponge would say. It's going to be Angel that tries to look away from the flash. He'll turn back in time to catch off Blade, and now things are looking better for HellRaisers.
There we
That
go.
scout could be ominous, though,
Here it
because
is.
Angel's already tagged. This is the air conditioning unit I was talking about, but unfortunately, in this case, they already knew his position, and therefore easily could take him back. Electronics going to try and recover the position, but unfortunately, he goes down, and I dare say we're done as Waylander's going to fall. It is going to be a very, very fast 16-3 for HellRaisers, who now sit at a respectable score for the season, I have to say.
Yeah, they're doing a decent job here. Another 2-0 for them today with the addition of Dead Fox as well. You have to say Dead Fox looked incredibly sharp. He was landing all sorts of headshots there as well. Angel with a decent performance, just a
He was
well-rounded...
a wily old dead fox.
You what, sorry?
A wily old fox, a wily old dead fox.
Yeah. Love all that. And yeah, Angel looking good as well. Good 2 maps from them. Pretty convincing both sides. And Cash 16-8, Nuke 16-3. I thought the flip side would have bounced back and win that one, considering that's the only map they've picked up so far in Pro League against Penta with 16-7. A much more disappointing result today. HellRaisers looking stronger map by map. We see them play.
I have something that's disappointing to tell everyone. I think it's very important that they know. These bricks on the wall, they're not real. It's wallpaper. Over to the desk.
Wow, just pulls down the charade.
Drops the bomb.
Whew, drops the bomb indeed. I can't believe he's
I'm
done
shocked.
that. I am
All
appalled.
fans be like.
That is disgraceful. Next he'll be telling you that these aren't actually, this isn't actually just on the walls, it's actually a television. It's not printed on there. Like, we can change
Just
that.
in.
Just in. I mean, it may turn off occasionally. That may ruin the illusion all by itself. But as they were saying over on the casting desk, another, well, convincing win for HellRaisers. I mean, 16-3. It's starting to get silly now. Flipside unable to do anything to really make an impact in that one. I mean, you made a fantastic point on Cash. They won 1 gun round. The rest would off the back of the pistol. Here, they can't even make 6 or 7. It's 3 on Nuke, and HellRaisers looking good on the map itself.
I want to play a fun game. It's called, I'm going to read out the teams who Flipside still has to play, and Yanko's going to say yes or no if they can beat them.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
All right, Virtus Pro.
Nope.
Heroic.
Nope.
Ninjas in
Nope.
Pajamas. Fnatic.
Nope.
FaZe.
No.
So that's who they have to play for the rest of the season, and you don't think they can beat any of them. So they're going to do better than they're going to beat VP at being the worst team in Pro League in history so far.
Yes, they could historically be the worst team. They have an 8% win rate currently.
That's an achievement.
Yeah, in one way, shape, or form, it certainly is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking a little bit about Nuke. Before we do that, I want to pose a quandary for you. Can you go ahead and throw questions at us? That's what you have an opportunity to do so, because Navi, of course, will not be here until the allotted time, and then because that was so obscenely quick of a map, or rather 2 maps were so quick, we actually got what is essentially 30 minutes to just have a chat. I'll be talking to these guys about their favorite game. We'll see where on earth we end up, but throughout that, I'll be checking up on the hashtag. It's ESL Pro League. You guys were great. You were sending us pictures of you in denim shirts yesterday. You were asking all sorts of questions about pineapples. Anything of anything can be thrown to us on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, get Twitter, and hit us up with the hashtag ESL Pro
And follow
League.
us, of course.
Yeah, and follow him. On Fire YNK, Sponge, and my name is Machine. I actually know all of our Twitter handles. That was cute.
Mine's really easy.
Sponge, I think.
Are you guys jealous?
Yeah, I am a little bit actually. No, the Twitter tag I'm most jealous of is actually one of your teammates, AZR.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's like
The 3 letters.
Just 3 letters.
Yeah, crisp.
That is. Oh, I thought he was about to walk in front of the camera
He
again.
will
I'm on
now.
edge. Yeah.
We gotta be quiet. We gotta.
But AZR, you guys got hooked up. You got some Twitter hookups for us. Can you give me Machine?
I can't. No.
Could you not send an
I
email?
don't know how it happened.
A strongly worded
Monte
letter.
Cristo, you know, he sent an email and it happened.
Damn.
He's a powerful man.
I'll slip into Monty's DMs and see what I can do. Either way, let's quickly talk about Nuke and get that one done and dusted, because I assume there's not too much to be said, right? HellRaisers look good. I mean, I'll not forget, for a long time when we were at the Katowice qualifiers and HellRaisers were actually beating Dignitas on Nuke, and they basically said, well, we didn't even know the call-outs, we didn't have any strats, but we still won.
That's what you want.
Yeah, so they managed to do it again. They did look a little tighter than they did in Katowice, for sure.
When it was that T-pistol for HellRaisers, Janko was sitting there cheering at the screen as they were doing the fundamentally correct plays. Deadfox got 2 picks. He's like, now regroup as a team and go and take a point together and plant that bomb. And then he saw Angel outside and he's like, no, Angel, don't be that guy. And then it all happened and he was happy. You know, it's good to see Counter-Strike happen the way it should and people make the right decisions.
Yeah.
And Janko was really happy about that.
You don't get that all the time, do you, Janko?
Definitely not.
No.
That's
Especially in online CS.
Yeah.
Why, though? It makes no sense to me. Online CS is still a very important CS.
We will talk
Stop
about
that.
the game first, then we will talk about that in our fill time.
Talk about the game then. What is there to talk about?
I think that I was really disappointed by Flipside. I mean, obviously their form is quite low at this point, but I was expecting more from them with Nuke because that's one of the maps they're practiced in when they have some executes, and they're one of those teams that usually doesn't go for just let's send 3 people yard, 1 hold hut, and 1 work towards radio, and then we'll go lower through secret and through ramp and finish in the lower bomb side. But that's exactly what they tried to do for most of the first half, and it didn't work for them at all. I mean, almost every round that Fox gets a kill outside with the op, repositions, Stico as well, doing a lot of work moving around the map. He seems to be that guy who's either on the upper bomb side or going towards secret to help Angel out, depending on the call or on the setup they're going for. I think he finished with more than 20 kills in the first half. Maybe only in 1 round or 2 rounds did Flipside get the first kill, and that's one of the 2 gun rounds they won.
So it just came down to kind of bottom line, knowing the map and hitting your shots. Is that kind of
I don't know. Waylander had 2 kills for the entire game. One of those 2 kills came in the second round while they were on a force buy.
Yeah.
So they weren't making any impact on the round anywhere. They were just getting mopped up, and they had pretty comprehensive, you know, CT holds from HellRaisers. They looked very diverse. They were playing a good brand of Counter-Strike, and they knew how to react. That's a very important thing, especially for this map. You can talk a lot about how you're going to react in certain scenarios and how you're going to counteract the wall smokes, how people are going to rotate, who's going to pop flash where. And the theory side on this map is hugely important, and it looks like they've done their homework on it.
And it's doing it as well. There's a very big difference between knowing what you should be doing and actually doing it and operating.
Angel is also a very interesting player. I mean, been here from the beginning of CSGO, played for VP early on. That was the lineup that challenged, one of the first ones that challenged NIP when they had that legendary 87-0 run on LAN. The thing is, Angel is one of those players similar to maybe Pasha and JW. When you look at some of the moves they go for or some of the plays they go for, you think, oh, this is so stupid. But then it just works. It's like super aggressive and it works, and you're like, well, what are they going to do now? That's like, you know, Flipside goes for a default. Angel has a rifle. He's on yard. He just goes for a peek, gets 2 kills in a span of 15 seconds with good timing, and then the round completely falls apart. That's the thing with defaults. When you run it and you want to, you know, pinch a bomb site pretty much, even if you lose 1 guy, it can be pretty detrimental because it's harder to trade. Maybe that's the guy who had utility on him to throw the extra smoke or extra molly, and that just stops you in your tracks.
Yeah, it's actually kind of intriguing when you think about that. Just these kind of, what technically doesn't make sense, but still, if you're good enough, you can make it work. And I mean, Angel, would you say, who's the best example of that? Who's the kind of the player where you most often find yourself going, well, that makes no sense?
These days, I'm not 100% sure, but the first name coming to my mind has to be JW when Fnatic was really dominant in the Pronax era, because as an opper as well, some of the fights he went for as you fall down, Alex, in your chair.
I'm okay.
Like some of the plays he went for didn't make any sense, and then you see him do it successfully, and then you can't even argue with it. Then it just becomes JW things.
Just JW things. And of course, we haven't really seen too much of those just JW things recently, but that's something we can talk about perhaps a little bit. What were we talking about before we stood up post-match?
CS.
Online CS. Yeah, let's run with that. Because this is one of the many and prestigious online leagues with such a huge prize pool, some of the best teams in the world competing, and of course the ticket to Brazil for $750,000. This is a big one. If this was an offline event, it would be treated as such. Now, why is this discrepancy creeping up? Why is it a genuine, both here on the desk, both on in the Twitter sphere, on social media, in general discussion, regarded as online and offline being such a big difference? Let's start that discussion. What would you open the discussion with, Janko?
I think the main point it comes down to is focus of the players, that they're simply just not focused enough on online games. That's where you see things like people losing a 1v4 or a 1v5. Those are like the big mistakes that you can point out. But for me, it's even the small things, like you're an anti-eco, so not even a force buy, they only have pistols. And you're in a 5v2 and then players just go and hunt for kills and they lose maybe 2 rifles and you lose 10,000 for no reason. You can just play it safe. Those players can't, they have everything to gain and nothing to lose pretty much for you running at them. And you lose the following gun round, then you're forced to eco. Because of what? Because you couldn't just stand still and play the optimal way pretty much,
We're saying that about the online CS though, but the teams who are at the top or who are looking to be at the top of the ladder are the ones playing the proper brand of Counter-Strike that we want to see, like Na'Vi and NIP. They play a very disciplined game, and they're the ones who are reaping the rewards of that. Not only are they able to do that in practice, I assume, they're bringing it to online Counter-Strike and LAN CS, and that's important. If you can practice the same way as you want to play, you're going to be better when it comes to the big finals. You're already prepared. Everybody's well drilled, and you're not doing stupid stuff like Yanko's talking about. You're training bad habits when you do what Yanko's saying.
And also, I don't know if you agree, but another big talking point is consistency, right? Why are some players so inconsistent?
Yeah.
Why are they consistent? How can I improve my consistency, right? And one of my main ideas about it, at least, is try hard in practice, like be focused in practice, because what you do in practice is going to give you the confidence to repeat the same thing when it comes to the actual game, and you're going to be used to it. You're going to know what, okay, so if I'm playing Ivy and these same nades fall, I know what I'm going to do. Am I going to go for an aggressive pick or a passive one? And then you're confident in your ability to pull it off when it happens in an actual game. I think too many players mess around in practice, do random stuff, and they end up doing random things in matches as well, which of course lowers their consistency because they don't know what to expect. Every situation is different for them.
That was often a criticism that we held towards North America with their whole gather system and their Puggies kind of practice regime. That was something that we often would attribute to their kind of, well, limited success initially, but it has seemed to change. In fact, it does seem like actually, you're giving NIP and Navi as examples in North America. Cloud9 are probably a great example of a team that have completely moved into treating every single game like a very, very important procedure to do right. I mean, 19 wins, 1 loss. These guys have been very, very kind of vigilant so far.
Yeah, there's a few things. I can go down this practice rabbit hole for a long time. So if you want to get stuck into this, let's do it.
We've got loads of questions coming in, by the way. I just want to remind everyone to keep doing it. I'm loving this. We're going to have a whole segment just because we are waiting for Navi to arrive. Of course, there is such a quick first series. We've got time to go ahead and just have some fun with this one. But hashtag ESL Pro League, any question for any member here in the studios, and we can get that answer for you. But now, let's carry on.
Okay, with practice, somebody needs to set the tone for that. It either has to be the in-game leader, the coach, or the manager if you don't have it needs to be someone who's well respected in the team, and they need to set the tone. Everybody else in the team needs to buy into that. So if we're going to practice and we're going to do the same strat over and over again, it doesn't matter if the other team's adapting, we're going to keep dry running that same strat in like a live scenario in a scrim. We're going to spend a whole day just doing strategies. We're going to spend 4 hours doing theory. We're going to do practice. We're going to do 3 maps, a best of 3, and we're going to treat it like it's 110% LAN Counter-Strike, and I don't want anybody making mistakes. I'll take notes. We'll talk about it after the game, like full-on serious Counter-Strike. Then you also have to set the tone of, okay, we've practiced 4 days pretty hard. The last 2 scrims of the last day, we'll chill down a bit. People can play different positions. We'll loosen up. We'll have a bit of fun. But everybody needs to be on the same page, because if you're practicing and one person has one idea and a few other people in the other team are messing around and the in-game leader wants to be super serious, that's when tilt ensues, right? The in-game leader, he starts to get angsty. He's mad at his players. His players
doesn't
are just
feel
laughing.
respected.
Exactly,
yeah.
and it can happen. Like, let's say the AWPer wants to play very seriously, but everybody else doesn't feel the same way. Everyone has to be on the same wavelength or the same page. It's so super important, and you need to be mature enough and you need to be adults, because this is a job and you have to treat it like one. And if somebody is there and can set a well-balanced plan, a practice plan, then you can achieve all of these things. But people need to be adult enough to follow through with it.
That's a perfect point for us to reiterate something that we often find ourselves saying as well, that where we say you can't always appreciate what someone brings to a team. This, what you're just stating, is a perfect example of that. Someone that can, gather these players to have to be a cohesive unit in practice, to be able to get everyone on the same page. These are the things that, are qualities that would be attributed to a player like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Anything to add to this this practice discussion, or can we start looking at some of these ridiculous questions people are throwing at us?
Let's attend to the questions.
Yeah, let's keep the people happy.
Let's have a little look. So, Jez, he says, what happens below the desk? Do you even wear pants? The answer is no. All
Yeah,
flesh.
most of the time, no. If it's only from the waist up and it's pretty hot, we just wear shorts or something. Obviously, if you're at a LAN tournament and you know you're gonna move around,
gonna be seen.
then you try to be decent, I guess.
Yeah, there it is. Now you see, if I was to say, Chad just showed his thong on stream,
And
all of my
people-
British friends would be very confused.
Well, it's a tasty segment.
It's a tasty segment indeed. So an Australian just got his thong out on air, and they were like, "Wow, he sounds like he had a lot of fun." What else have we got here? Oh, this is just an easy one. It says, "Which team do you think will dominate the Pro League?" That's coming in from DJ Eat the Noise.
Navi is set to be the one who's going to dominate the online portion. The LAN portion, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Let's see who gets there.
I mean, that's the bottom line, right? Those are the two front runners at the moment. Anyone else to add? I mean, FaZe's kind of fallen off. G2 are long gone.
It's hard because a lot of these teams still have plenty of games to play. We
Yeah.
saw that Envious, Fnatic, VP, they're all in the same boat pretty much. So Navi's
a safe bet.
Navi is probably the safest bet right now with NIP.
I tried to start theory crafting who was going to make it and stuff,
How
and
did it
Yanko's
go?
like, it's too hard, dude. What are you doing?
too many
You're wasting
games
your
left."
life right now. It's like, yeah, fair enough. So I'll wait until the end of this week,
Okay.
and I'll get stuck in.
Especially given the fact that like we said, everyone can beat everyone at the moment. We're in that kind of very, very
Well, except Flipside, they can't beat anyone.
good zing. Damn. Okay. Okay. Yanko's taking his gloves off. This is quite fun. I like this from Charles. He says, "What's the best thing you've ever gotten from opening a case in CS:GO?" Have you opened many cases, boys? I'm trying to think what I've got. I don't think I've got anything exciting.
I've spent like 2,000 Australian on cases. I opened a
But
knife.
a knife?
It was a well-worn, one of those little ones. Those little, the
Flip?
Falchion.
Oh, the rubbish one. The one that
That's
you
the big
balance
one.
on your palm.
Yeah, and it was the slaughter. No, the webbed one. What's
Crimson
it?
Web.
That's the one. I don't know skins. I don't really know.
Yeah,
anything
he's
about
like a
stuff.
hipster.
And it
He's
was-
like, "Oh, I only have the souvenir ones."
It looked like blood on it though because it was so well worn.
Okay.
I'm a hipster.
Yeah.
I played in majors, mate.
You're a skin hipster.
I like to remember that.
Yeah, okay. The souvenirs are cool. I'll
Hit
give
me
you
up
that.
with souvenir skins if you got any. Trade links in my Twitch. Send them my way. Of course.
Using it as a marketing opportunity. What about you? What have you
I
unboxed?
think the best thing I got was a P250 Asimov and a Nova Hyperbeast.
Is that okay? Nothing special.
Wow.
I remember DreamHack Bucharest 3 years ago. I opened like 12 cases. I think that just when they started coming out, and I didn't get anything of value. I got the most like common skins. MP7 Stat Track was the best thing I got.
I can't think of the. I think the best thing I've probably unboxed was like a. I think it was a well-worn rubbish Golden Coil M4 or something. I think that's about as exciting as it gets for me. So basically, nothing good.
Seth asks, is Henry CSGO, is Henry cheating on Sado with My Name is Machine? I'd like not to think of it as cheating. It's just a love triangle, to be honest.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Well,
it is a love
Sadicus
triangle.
is very disgruntled about it, so I don't know if he's been involved in this triangle.
I mean, he's part of the triangle, but it's not an
But you can be
equilateral
involved in
triangle.
many ways, Chad. Maybe he's just not satisfied with his position.
He's probably just watching.
I, of
Moving
course,
swiftly on.
regret to comment on that. Me and Henry have a very special bond. How did YNK get into observing after being a player? That's a good question, Leo.
There was the European Championships in Belgrade, and I wasn't doing anything at the time. I was going to go to the event, and I think it was after Cologne, so that's when observing was first thing. I think Vendetta even did it.
Yeah.
So I knew the guys, and I was like, hey, do you want someone to do this for you? They were like, sure, why not? So I did it just like,
Just
you know,
for fun,
just
yeah.
to see how it is. And Petar was there from HLTV, being Serbian, so he asked, hey, this looks like...
Sounded like he was there being Serbian.
Just casually
I mean,
being
as
Serb.
he's Serbian, not that HLTV would come to the event,
Sure.
right? So he asked me if I want him to recommend me to someone if they ask to do it again. I said sure if I'm available because I was still playing at the time.
Right.
And ESL contacted me to do Katowice at the major 2015 to be the second observer because Vendetta was doing it as well. But he also switched between desk and observing, and I guess I did a good job because they started asking me to do all of their events.
Well, you did.
since-
Yeah. And then you look fancy in a suit, and we stole you.
Yeah.
It's great to have
Thankfully.
you here.
Who's the best observer right now, Yanko? Because
Steel.
you're the most seasoned. So.
Steel.
Steel?
Still best.
What about
observer.
Rush?
Rush, the worst observer.
He's just
Rush.
We love Rush.
But the best observer.
Observer. Wow, so I'm just scrolling through, seeing if there's any good questions coming in here. What do you guys think about the role of Stewie 2K and in improvement in C9? That's from Piyush.
We don't really know exactly what his role is, like how it's defined in
No.
the team. But from the outside looking in, he's doing the in-game leading stuff. They think they've touched on that. And he looks like kind of an entry fragger / playmaker because he does a lot of stuff instinctually based, and he also seems to set himself up a little bit with pistol rounds. You see him like getting dropped 5-7 or getting dropped at Tech 9. So it's hard to talk about his role. I guess he's a bit of everything. He's a jack of all trades.
I think he enjoys being the playmaker and creating space for the team, because that's the feeling when you're the one making the plays, then you know the best moment or the right timing to call for your teammates, right? He senses what's going on in the map, being as how he is in the center of what's happening at that point, that he can make the best call for his team. Okay, just push now or rotate towards me, I can get the entry kill and things like that. So it just seems that he benefits a lot, and the team benefits a lot from him being both the caller and the focal player, so to speak, early on.
I mean, we'll be seeing more from Stewie. I think I still feel like there's a lot of growth to be seen from him. I know everyone's kind of was so critical when he first arrived in Cloud9, but I have outlined another question I think would be fun. It's Daniel. He says, who out of all the casters and analysts on ESL is the biggest lightweight one when on a night out? Now, I'm assuming he's talking about, Coca-Cola and Fanta.
You mean who drinks the least?
No, who's the biggest lightweight? So who can?
What does that mean?
As in, you're a cheap date.
No, that's is that?
That's the expression.
Okay.
Who's the most skinned?
Never mind.
It's who.
I'm
you were
not
spot
a
on.
native
It's
speaker.
who-
I'm asking for explanation, Alex. Don't be rude.
Who is affected the most by the alcohol?
There you go.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I don't know. Probably have to be sadikist.
I'm too new to this to answer that question.
I don't think so. I think out of the people who are doing this right now, here, I think we're all pretty good.
Yeah, we're all right. I mean,
Dan, DDK, he gets destroyed.
You just called him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
I mean, he's like, he works out a lot and everything, doesn't drink that
No body
often,
fat,
so
yeah.
obviously doesn't have he's not in form, not in shape.
Which one of us would win in an arm wrestle? Of the ones here, Mitch would win. He's at the gym every day. He'd destroy us all. I mean, who else? Henry's got little twig arms. I think
I
that's
got twig
it.
arms, one like pencils.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, Mitch would destroy us all. And he's sitting there, like, slightly tensing in his shirt over there. Was it leg day today, Mitch? What was it? It was yesterday. Leg day yesterday. Okay, so maybe we could take advantage of his weak limbs.
Well, we're not leg wrestling.
Have you never leg wrestled? You're missing out on a trick.
It must be what you and Henry do.
We do. Yeah. I wonder, is leg wrestling a thing? Hang on. Leg
I'll find another question.
wrestling.
Pick one, Chad.
I think leg wrestling's a thing. It is Indian leg wrestling. All right, let's go. I'm not gonna. Okay, that looks very complex. Ooh. Okay, not gonna do any of that. One more question before we do throw to a break. Before we start talking about our next game, boys. Choose a good one. Choose a good one.
They're all terrible. You guys
They're all
suck at
bad.
asking questions.
I'm having a look.
I like this one. It's not a question. It says from Simon Wild. Just wanted to say Chad is a very great addition to the desk, and I love you, Alex. Yanko improved his Inglando. Keep it up.
I love you too, Simon. Good tweet.
I
Solid
think
tweet.
he complimented all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have got some great stuff. It's one question I think it'd be intriguing to know your answer to this one, Yanko, is it's Helder. And he says, Yanko, would you ever like to consider coaching a team? Is that something you'd ever think about?
Yes, but not right now.
Sure.
Pretty much.
Because
it's
you're
fun.
riding this train.
Yeah, because it would be fun, like competing again. Being a coach, you are competing. You are part of the team. But I think Chad will agree that actually competing, whether as a player, in-game leader, or a coach, just so much more stressful than doing what we do right now. So for the near future, I don't think so, but would definitely consider it at some point.
Yeah, we actually spoke to Yanko very briefly. Well, Gomez did anyway, to have Yanko come and be like a stay-in coach for like a small amount of time and then leave. And we're thinking about doing it with lots of different like analysts or people
To kind of watch you play
like mentors, and then they could just tell us what they thought were mistakes in our game. It never came to fruition, unfortunately, but it was a good idea that we were toying with, because I didn't really think that we needed a coach who was there all the time. It was just good to have different perspectives on things that were wrong with the team. We never got there. It's a good idea in theory. And it's also, you have somebody you respect, you get them to come in, give their opinion, look at all the things, look at your game plan, look at individual mistakes. Because from my perspective, it became so difficult to tell my players off for doing the fundamental things wrong after a while, because they just kind of look at me like, shut up, you idiot.
Yeah,
but
or they'd be looking at you going, well, I saw you make that same mistake.
Exactly.
And it becomes a bickering match.
Exactly. And then if you have somebody from an outside perspective who's like calling them up and keeping them, in check, then you can actually get it through to them. So it's a good idea. Maybe a team should do it. Me and Yanko will
I mean,
come over.
it's very similar to what they have in traditional sports. You know, you bring in analysts, you bring in kind of the brains to have a look at your game, and of course, that's where I would expect we're going to end up. I mean, we're constantly growing. The world of CS and esports is ever growing, and we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. Of course, something else that helps you keep track of the ever-growing esports is an application on your smartphone. It's called the Score Esports application. You can go ahead and install it now. Right now. It enables you to keep track of your stats, news, articles, and all of the good stuff in between. You've heard it once, and you'll hear it again. Thank you so much for checking us out, though, and hanging out with us as we did just talk about random parts of the video game and answer your questions with the hashtag ESL Pro League. When we come back, we'll be back on topic and back on track as we venture into our second series between Navi and Fnatic. Stay tuned.